As we have seen in the previous part, our man got a phone call and was summoned by his name. He was informed that the caller would help him to get into Oza City. Joe was shocked and the caller was sure that he could not trace the call. He also read the verse from an ancient poem about ninjas. On the other side, Mike was thinking about the phone calls from his wife, and when he attended it, he went to the frozen house and saw the dead body of his kid. His wife left him and now he was hospitalized with a heavy heart. Suddenly our man gave him a shock and Emma started searching for the caller but found nothing. She informed them about the security of Oza City and searched the dark web and found some information about Oza City published by an old researcher of Oza. Mike desired to meet him, but Emma was also excited because she believed that she might have millions of dollars. But Mike said he was good for this job because he had nothing left to lose. Our man stood up and was about to leave and Mike asked about his wife and Joe told him that she was a ninja also and they had broken the code of ninjas to make a family, and Mike was shocked. Joe left. On the other side, Joseph was at a table talking with Yamaji, Lil, Aska, Big D, and his security guard Dilly. Joseph was not the kind of person who could fight, and Lil tried to make fun of his low power, but he was proud of his Dilly. They were talking about Joe and how he'd be dead. Aska was sure about the security of the Oza. Big D was busy with his hair and Lil tried to have fun again. But Yamaji punished him and said they had to know the technique of Joe before killing him because his technique of ninja was the main issue. While going in the car, Joseph asked Dilly what she thought about Joe's power and whether they would be able to live, and she had no serious answers for such stupid questions. Zai was asking for Yamaji's permission to kill Joe, but he said he was the important one to him and he had no guilt if any of the others would die because Zai was important for Yamaji. On the other side, our man was traveling and killing. He was remembering his journey and how the old chieftain made them ninjas and gave them names and they got powers according to their skills. They were prohibited from sharing their techniques with others and had to run this ninja skill in future. Yamaji was also there. Joe had fun with his other companions and they promised to protect their techniques. Joe was thinking about their mission, which was going very well, and suddenly his love got the bullets and he made to run. They were in a bad situation and she asked him to leave her, but he grabbed her and said he couldn't wait for anymore and they broke the rules and kissed. When Zai came, they were in bad condition and now in present. He was on a bike and Zai was thinking about them. Mike tried to contact him, but our man wasn't picking up his calls. He got a phone call from the office and he was insulted for being an idiot who was still helping Joe. Now he was going with Emma and she was sorry for cheating on him. But he was fine because it was her job. Our man got a phone call and was appreciated because he was doing great. He was informed about the security of Oza, that he couldn't enter through any transport and by air was also impossible and under the ground was a way for him. But he would get only 5 seconds because the caller could turn off the magnetic field for only 5 seconds and our man agreed to that. Emma showed Mike the picture of the researcher from Oza and he had to find him. She was cut and concerned about Mike's health and he agreed with her. Now he was going, and our man was ready to get into Oza. He started his route. He was on a call with the informer and was doing great. He was lighter like air. And Joe wasn't messing at any point and was doing very well with the information. Suddenly he was seen, but he kept on going and killing the guards. He was about to pass the field without any hurdle and Zai came. He stopped him and the barrier appeared again. Joe tried to talk with him but Zai said they were the code breakers, and it was an order from Yamaji so he would be killed. Mike had arrived at his destination, and he called Emma to make sure that he was in the right location. She said yes and went out. He got into the shop and saw Jason. He tried to talk to him. Yamaji and his partners were talking about this misfortune, and they decided to let Joe into the city because they were tired of him and they wanted to know his technique at any cost. Joe also wanted to enter the city till now and he was informed about the trap and the caller told him to enter at 7 p.m. Mike was with Jason and they started talking. He asked for his help and Jason tried to trick him, but Mike was an investigator and saw a hidden place. They went inside. Countdown was going and the fireworks started, but our player had arrived at the Oza successfully. Everyone was watching him peacefully and he was going without stopping. He had huge hurdles. Mike was told by Jason that he was treated very badly at Oza, and he wanted revenge by destroying them. Jason seemed to be a patient of mental sickness and Mike told him that he also wanted the same, so he had to help him. Jason was afraid of his life and Mike promised to protect him, and our man was playing with blood. He was killing every single man on his way and Zai was also waiting. Jason was also doing great, and he had cracked the system of Oza, but only for the data and it wasn't very useful for Mike. Jason got tired and the system stopped, but he suddenly saw the name Emma there. Mike found it suspicious and suddenly they realized that they had attacked. Mike was tense. Fighters came in and Mike took Jason away with himself. They were stressed, and Joe was rocking. He was an amazing hero because he was faster than anyone. Mike and Jason were followed by 2 cars and these old masters were trying to save themselves to be presented in museums. Somehow, they also killed the followers, and that was an outstanding performance by them at such old age. So, no comments, but our chilled man was wandering in the hell. So what? he was a real devil because he had lost everything: his family, love, and reason for living. He wanted revenge only. He reached the top, and behind him, his investors were waiting, and Yamaji was also there. When Joe tried to run after him, our hero got attacked, and they started fighting. He tried to use ninja techniques to fool them and grab Yamaji, but was a waste. He was weak and thought about his love. He used his super skill, and he started attacking them like a piece of shit. But the bad guys were not that easy to handle. They started treating him like a football, and he was almost dead. Suddenly Zai with silent steps came and said he already told him that it was hell, and Joe tried to attack for the last time. But he was almost dead. Zai took out his sword and he was about to kill him, but suddenly the pink one saved him and destroyed everyone. Our hero was safe, Yamaji was angry, and Mike was also injured and suffering for life. Would this fight ever finish? Subscribe to get the notification about the truth.